Well, apparently this has been the week for everything to screw up on Blackboard, so I had to redo this walkthrough. I I don't know what happened to it. It got lost, got destroyed, got corrupted. Nobody could tell me at IT services, so here I'm doing it again. First off, we have a Zoom meeting today at 4:30 to 5:30. Okay, and if you can come, fine. That'd be great. If you can't come, I'll still record it, and anybody who wants to view the recording can do so. Um, the whole purpose behind this week, and that's one of the things I'm going to talk about today in the Zoom meeting, is to get you to start your research project. The research project goes from now until the end of the semester. Okay, and there's a couple of drafts in between, and at least one conference. So, uh, and you note here by the end of the week, you'll created a plan for using DAPS, and I'll get to that in a minute. That's a goal setting formula that works beautifully if you use it. Um, so you create a work plan, setting goals according to DAPS, and then you implement that plan by doing what you say you're going to do. So if you say you're going to search Google for these specific keywords at this particular day and time, then that's what you do. If you don't do that, then you have to reschedule and do it later. Okay, my plan has 4 items that I want to work on, actually 5, but I just added one. And so I've got a work plan, and I'll be working my way through that and making notes as I go. And then at the end of the week, you will have a written reflection on that work plan. So on Sunday or before Sunday, okay, you've done everything you're going to do that week, and you tell me what you did. And if you flopped and didn't do very much, that's what you tell me. And then you have to sort of think a little bit ahead when your reflection says, what I'm going to do next week to make sure I don't flop. Um, or if you really succeeded and you found something truly interesting and you got it down to one question, because that's really the goal for the week, is to get yourself down from 5 questions down to one question. All right. So there are 2 things that you write this week. One is the work plan, and then 2 is the reflection on the work plan. Okay. And in between, sandwiched between, is the work. So when I say plan your work your plan, reflect, repeat, rinse and repeat, what I mean is that each week we're going to be doing this. And in week 4, what I'm going to do is provide an amnesty for everybody who has not completed work and let you catch up that week and while you're still working on your research plan. Okay? All right, let's keep on going through here. This is where the weekly walkthrough would be. This is DAPS. I'm going to go ahead and open that up for you. Take a look at it. Okay, Maddie, I'm sorry I didn't ask you permission to show that, but it's not there now. Okay, so the work plan here. This is the DAPS formula. Dated, achievable. Read this. This tells you how to set goals. For example, down here with specific, you know, it has to be something that you can do this week, or at least part of it this week. So if you say, I'm going to find keywords, well, what do you mean by that? You got a question. My goal is to figure out which major I want to have and which discipline I want to work in at Western. Well, that's sort of specific, but you might want to say, I'm going to explore these 3 disciplines this week, or I'm going to explore these 2 disciplines within nursing, if that's what you're interested in. Because there's a big difference between pediatric nursing and pediatric oncology nursing. Big difference. So we want to get more specific this week. So read through these and pull some information out of them so that when you write your goals, they've got a date in them, specific deadlines. And I think the deadline should be, I'm going to do this. I'm going to look for these keywords on this day at this time, because you all are busy people. It's easier to set a specific date, and it's much more achievable. All right, and then so just read this, and see if you can, if you didn't do it well this week, okay, you'll learn from next week. I'll make some notes on what you wrote this week. Okay. But follow this method. The next thing is this is your research plan. This is what you want to write. And if you haven't already written this, well, go ahead and write it, and do your work this weekend and then reflect on it. So you've got, oh, that's wrong. I need to change that. I'll do that in a few minutes. So here's your writing assignment for week 3, one of them, and that is, it was due yesterday, but, just keep at it. If you haven't done it or you're not satisfied with what you did, redo it. Okay? And this has more information about the DAPS tool. So honestly, you really didn't need to read the other thing, but it's good that you might have. Here are my questions. This is my plan. I will decide by Monday, 14 September 2020, which one of the questions I will explore further. Okay, once I've decided that one question, here's how I will begin to explore it. So this is next week. I'm thinking about next week. By Monday, 8 a.m., I'll write my research reflection for the week. In other words, I'll answer how I worked my plan. Okay. Also a note here. The last written assignment you do in this class is our final exam / presentation. And what I'll ask you to do is to tell the story of how you answered your research question. So it's really important to do these research reflections, because that's where your story will come from. What you did good, what you didn't do good, what you do better next time, how you learned. Stories from your research, it doesn't matter, except that if you don't do these research reflections, or if you do them poorly, your final exam will be poor as well. So, plan your work your plan, reflect, rinse, and repeat. And that is an assignment that will carry through each week in this semester. So you will have a work plan each week, and you will have a reflection each week. And you say, well, that's a lot of work, Mr. Elliott. Yeah, it's a lot of work. The research project is worth about 1/3 of the grade. And it should be, because one of the things you need to know how to do better and better and better is research for whatever class you're in. You might not be writing a research question, but you might be working for somebody who says, hey, I want you to look this up for me. Because an internship is really important. You need to get some kind of internship on campus or off campus if you can. Find a mentor. Hook into a network. That's what you need to do. Make your college investment worth it. So, I'll meet you all today at 4:30 in a Zoom meeting. And we'll see if we can get all these tech problems ironed out. Okay? All right. Take care.